Okay. Well, hopefully that started now. And hopefully that is broadcasting. I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to save right off the bat just in case it isn't. Okay. So, just a quick intro on what I'm doing here. I've already went ahead and did, as far as Scarlet and Violet's concerned, the entire tutorial. And I've gotten my first 6 encounters in this kind of Nuzlocke format that I've been working on, where it utilizes the randomness of the Tera rates, which is nice and convenient, so I don't have to do a whole bunch of arbitrary rules around how I select my first encounter. But it kind of does it in a way similar to like a Magic the Gathering card draft, if you know MTG at all, where sealed is kind of what normal Nuzlocks are, where you get what you get and you work with what you got, and you may see 30 to 50 encounters depending on the game. But with this Nuzlocke, especially because there aren't really too many areas when it comes to this game, I want to say, as far as where Tera raids can spawn, there is only the 19 locations that are labeled on this map, minus the sea areas, which you could add for a typical Nuzlocke, and minus the caves too, right? So all that said, you have 19 locations that you can get Tera raids from. In order to offset the significantly less locations that you have, I've turned it into more of a draft format where you can see more Tera raid battles whenever you do an area. For example, if I were to do South Province Area 2, I'd see 1, 2, 3, 4 raid battles, and from those I would select which raid battle I want to commit to. So by the time you finish a run, even though you only get 19 encounters, you probably see like 60 plus Pokemon. Deaths are a bit more severe on this style of run because you have less Pokemon overall, but it also enables kind of the ability to draft together a more synergistic team. Like a rain team is a little more achievable in this format, I would say, than whenever you just kind of get Pokemon and you may have 1 or 2 Pokemon that have a raid team synergistic ability. So that said, I have a quick graphic here just to catch all up on the encounters and what I've seen so far, or kind of if you want to follow along and strategize yourself. For my South Province Area 1 pick, I went ahead and did Charcadet. I think Charcadet's really strong. He has the same typing as Fuecoco, which means that he really can take on most gyms. His speed is a little on the slower side. So I'm playing Violet, so we'll turn into Ceruledge. And his speed's a little, on the slower side, but just like Fuecoco, you can kind of make up for this with like a Choice Scarf, right? And so you can use that, and you can also use Bitterblade, which is pretty good at keeping him pretty healthy. And the other cool thing about Tera raids is that you get an additional typing to think about and strategize with when you're doing the gym battles, which I find really cool. So even though it happened on this one where I pulled 2 Charcadets that are fairy, typically you might get like what I have here, which is 2 of the Deerlings, which are different Tera types, and that might influence your decision, right? Maybe you choose a Steel Deerling when you have passed on a Rock type Deerling before, Rock Tera type. So yeah, I went Charcadet, and then my second pick, I went Shroomish, just because Shroomish with the grass fighting that it eventually gets, and then the flying third Tera type, kind of a pretty good coverage in that regard, and some interesting things that you do. The Ghost Wiglet between Combee. See, I've gotten 2 Combee picks this time, but with Combee, you only have that 1 in 8 chance of being able to actually evolve it into Vesper Queen, and with only 19 picks, I didn't really want to take that risk for my South Area Province 3. So I ended up choosing Wiglet. I haven't really used Deerling too much. Wiglet's at least fast, and it's only because of the ghost typing that I chose Wiglet this time. Otherwise, if it was any other type, I don't think Wiglet really has defenses. It's purely glass cannon. It's super fast, and its ability isn't as good as its cousin of Diglett. South Province 4, I picked Smoliv. Hoppet in general, I feel like is a pretty weak pick. I do think it gets like some pretty good support moves, but I don't know how often I'm going to be trying to set that all up. And then with there was a pretty decent line of logic with picking maybe like a steel type Deerling, because once again I haven't really used Deerling as much. For South Province Area 5, I only really had 2 picks when I was doing it, and I didn't feel like waiting out the clock for midnight to maximize on that. That kind of felt disingenuous to the run, and I think I'll get plenty of 4 or 5 picks later. So I just chose between, and these 2 picks ended up being pretty good, between a Bug Toxel or a Fairy Knackle, and I ended up picking Knackle because Knackle can get pretty strong. And then finally for my Area 6, I already had the Charcadet. I didn't really want to repeat, so it was between that Combi Risk and Strudel. And I ended up picking Strudel. I think Strudel's actually going to come in pretty handy for the first 2 gyms at least. Especially because, well, we'll see. So first, thankfully, we don't have any initial Nemona battle to worry about right off the bat. It's really, for this session, I'm going to be focusing on the just the first 2 gyms. Maybe tackle the I forget the crab's name. Maybe tackle the first Titan. Just to kind of go over how I've... Oh, you need your item. That would have been bad if I didn't get him his item, because this is my backup plan. You can have charcoal. Any of you have worthwhile special pet? I'm planning on keeping Strudel pretty healthy, which gets named Raphael. My Mephisto, not really that specially inclined. Mega Drain, which I may end up probably not using him this time though. Yeah, I don't really, other than Smoliv. How much absorb? Absorb is 20. Razor Leaf is physical. You don't have any better moves? No, you don't. So I'm probably not using it. Yeah, I don't need the choice specs yet. Any other items? Or sorry, not the choice specs, the wise glasses. Yeah, and I think that's about it. The other thing is that none of my Pokemon are going to have EVs, because I'm focusing on exclusively Tera raids, so I'm going to end up being a bit more evenly matched with these guys. Let me just go ahead and get this challenge started. So yeah, I'm going to be a lot more evenly matched with gym leaders by design. I am going to allow myself to have 1 ace Pokemon, which I'm going to make Charcadet. Thing is to get to level cap, I don't think I would have been able to EV train him in HP, but I am allowing myself 1 Pokemon who acts as my ace to be EV trained in HP only, because that's what all the gym leaders in the Elite Four have. And really all main story ones, it's so that their, last and final Pokemon feels more like a boss, is what I assume. Gotta remember where the Olive Port is. Oh. It's just out here. It's out here. Oh, no, I'm done. Complete opposite direction. Oh. and now I gotta play this. Please just. Okay. So yeah, that's the game plan. Is tackling both gyms, maybe doing the Cloth Titan. Spoilers for early game, I guess, but if you're watching like a Pokemon stream, I would gonna go ahead and assume that that's kind of what you're expecting. So yeah, Charcadet's my kind of background strategy. The idea with the Nuzlocke, I'm doing the base Nuzlocke rules, which is like I kind of already explained how I'm handling the encounters, and then I'm also doing the naming the Pokemon and the permadeath. Right, I'm emulating that mode, so I'm gonna say no to every switch, and for my hardcore Nuzlocke rules. I'm not using items in battle unless they're held items, and then I'm level capping myself. So at the bottom you can see the current level cap and all the deaths. So those are my restrictions that I'm putting on myself. This is going to be terrible if the rain continues to persist with the gym battle, because my backup plan is Charcadet, and the rain could put a huge detriment to those plans. So hopefully if it's still raining, then Strudel can get us through. Otherwise, I believe you can wait out the rain if it comes down to it in battle. The first gym challenge is always is like the best one, and from here it's all downhill. It's unfortunate. Hopefully my quality and everything's okay for y'all, and my game audio versus my voice and everything isn't grating or anything. I did my best to kind of get the microphone sounding much better. I'm not exactly using professional equipment or anything. Using a cheap mic with a whole bunch of filters on top of it, and I'm not terribly used to vocalizing or using a like a streamer voice or anything. So you're just kind of getting me my typical talking tone. Think everyone's healed up. In theory, I should at least give everyone some form of berry. I don't think there's going to be status effects or anything. The Figgy Berry, which one's Figgy? Figgy, the one that I'm thinking of, where it is the it's confusion if you have a lowered oh, okay. So it's if you're modest, timid, calm, or bold. But it's 1/8 of the HP, which where Pokemon are at right now. This is basically the only time that you ever end up using Oran berries anyways. So the 10 HP, which is effectively 25%, is going to carry us a little better. Give to Pokemon. Give to Pokemon. Maybe we need to revenge kill with Wiglet. Because it's fast. That could end up happening. Otherwise, Strudel carry us all the way. So she leads off. If I remember correctly, it goes Nimble into the Spider Ball into Teddy Ursa, and then Terrestrialize Bug. So if I know my type chart, and I may not, this may not be as good as I thought. I'm pretty sure Bug is weak to poison. But it might not be. So, hopefully it is. And if it's not, I am going to have a heck of a time. It's the one I know poison's like super effective against grass. But it's always the bug type because I always think that they overlap a ton with grass. I know bug has like fire and flying both hit grass and bug pretty strongly, and then the rock is unique to bug. I don't remember. Poison just makes sense, but I don't remember if they made it to where bug's not weak to poison because bug already had plenty of weaknesses as a type, because it's still one of the not worst subjectively, but worst competitively types. Luckily no rain. So at least I have my Char Cadet back up if this doesn't go so well. I am going to avoid terastallizing. How does this do? Okay. Wasn't super effective. We probably won't one-shot. Oh, that was just a high roll before. Is the poison going to finish it? That looks like it's going to survive through the poison. Our Fowl's probably going to get pretty banged up. Yeah. We may use this time to switch, because I don't think Raphael's going to last much longer. He'll get hit, he'll use the berry. Poison doesn't seem to be super effective like I thought it was, which means that my only real super effective Pokemon right now is going to be my cute Excalibur Char Cadet. Is there any way I can bait a pretty safe switch in? Or... because it's going to be the spider, and I don't... Maybe it's just switch in now. Let the Nimble die. Take the double kick. I'm pretty sure with the charcoal this would have one-shot Nimble anyway, so really I just ended up taking some damage on Trudel as opposed to the cute Excalibur lead. Beach. So hopefully I can... the Nimble dies, and then I should be able to one-shot Brontula, hopefully. The other thing that I did is, and it's kind of one of the challenging parts to running this game in particular, is because of the open world, there's an argument that you should immediately when you start, go all around the map and collect every useful TM that you can. Like here I have Flamethrower, and I think Flamethrower, the hope is that I can one-shot the Teddiursa and be able to survive a hit from it. Because if I recall correctly, Char Cadet's pretty slow, and Teddiursa is not too shabby speed-wise. The other thought is immediately go for Will-O-Wisp. It's actually what I think I'm going to do. Because it is a physical attacker, and I really hope this Will-O-Wisp lands. I might be overthinking this, but if I can land this Will-O-Wisp and survive a hit, that means at least my other Pokemon won't be as in danger, and maybe we switch stall and burn itself out. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I get hurt. Ooh. No, come on. Okay. Ooh. I forgot that was the multi-hit. So we got the burn. I cannot keep uh, Excalibur in. So I can choose my ultra defensive Salt Fairy, which I think is actually the move, and then use the rock type advantage, which may have been the play the whole time, but I usually don't consider rock enough when it comes to bug types in my play. Plus, I know at the beginning there's an argument that probably shouldn't lead because the Nimble has the double kick. And I did remember that. So it's gonna be pretty hard. Beer Cutter one is the one that if he's consecutively gets stronger, I think. But thankfully, the resistance. Okay, yeah. Resistance plus the burn, lowering it, means that we're gonna be able to survive another one. And this will be a deathless Teddiursa. Very not needed, but very much appreciated. Okay, so that's actually pretty good first gym. It could go with it can be harder than you would think as far as like the bug gym, especially because for each of the gyms, if you don't have solid answers to the ace, they do have those HP EVs. So for example, I want to say like, you know, somewhere on level 15 Pokemon with those EVs will be up to like 50 or so HP, which means that it'll go from like 40 HP to like 50 HP, which means it'll take probably an additional hit to get them, and sometimes that's enough for their Tera boosted attacks to deal enough damage to knock out a Pokemon. And you really, when you have such a limited selection in the first place, you really don't want to lose any. Like if I would have lost Charcadet, that would really hurt my end game. Okay, we got Pounce, and hopefully one of my Pokemon can learn Pounce, because I am going from this gym straight to the grass gym. The idea being that I'm going to use the candy to level up so that I don't have to get any additional EVs, right? I'm going to have the EVs from the different gym challenges, but I can immediately get to the next level cap, which is 17 for the grass gym. And as a matter of fact, I need to update that. So now, cap is 17. We have 1 badge and still 0 deaths. All in all, not bad. Now we have to do the Flora challenge. The other thing is when I do the level up with the candies, just so that I don't overlevel, I'll save Scum beforehand. I don't intend to fight any of the Sunflora. I believe I remember the trick not to have to. If I do get caught in a battle. Sorry about that. If I do end up getting caught in a battle, it's no big deal. Shouldn't by itself be enough of a worry. And again, we kind of have the same strategy as before. We have the Shrootle, which this time is super effective. We have the this time our Salt Fairy not going to be able to help as much, and our Wiglet's still going to remain useless for quite a bit. Smoliv can at least bait like a switch. Yeah, really dependent on Charcadet, and I don't I don't think that there is. I don't think I'd be able to EV train the Char Cadet to 17, nor do I want to for stream right now, because I'm trying to keep these kind of concise. So he's going to remain not EV trained. And next time, whenever I tackle War Gems, assuming that I survive through this, then I should be good. See how much a small does. Okay. So now I really can't battle, and now I... Okay, 17. Like I said, the gym is pretty much determining the level caps and everything. I'm not going to... Ooh. Looks like HP good. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not really letting the... Yeah. I'm not going to worry about hitting the Titans in order or any of that. I'll just clean those up later. I really just want to focus on the gym part of it. Oh, what does Flail do again? It's HP. I'm not really trying to do low HP strats, and I don't remember the max power on this. This should end up pretty close. The other trick I could do, but I'm not doing it because I'm more afraid of the overleveling, is I could do what's known as edging. So when you edge your Pokemon, you get it just enough to level up after the first Pokemon in the fight, so that you have like a level 18 advantage and you can just break the cap. I'm not intentionally trying to do that at all. I'll put it if I can. I went ahead and got the location prior just so that I can immediately go here. Yeah, so I'm not intentionally trying to do that. I'm more concerned about keeping to the level cap. I don't think there's too much I can change other than I did just get... And I can lower the target speed stat. It's 50 power. I believe you have one of you guys bug, right? No. No, I only had the option of bug earlier, which would have been the replacement for that. What's current? Neither of y'all get stab pounds. Roomish could probably use it. But still here. Check his summary. He's got, you know, about the same physical attack as he does special attack. He won't get stabbed, but it is super effective, so it may be worth it. I may have to Desperation use Spore so I can see. Maybe get rid of Bullet Seed. I don't really like the inconsistency of Bullet Seed. Let's go ahead and use that. Skirmish. Okay, and I think that's it as far as... Wait. Metronome, do random. Drain Punch will be a good move on Shroomish. Kind of avoiding putting Drain Punch on him until I need it, though. In case, you know, the worst happens and I have to sack a Pokemon. Okay. So I think that's pretty good. I don't think you unlock items to craft after each batch. You do unlock held items. I don't remember if you unlock them immediately. So, oh, but yeah, just like I noted earlier, one of the things whenever it comes to this game in particular is that the beginning can be very front-loaded due to the fact that if you truly want to have, your best chances of conquering all the gems, the best idea is to go around and gather every single TM, or at least the good ones on the map, because you can always Pokédoll a run from wild Pokemon, right? Which I recommend letting yourself use Pokédolls as far as wild Pokemon's concerned. It's just really obnoxious to with the pop-in of this game to have to deal with the random, or not the random, well, effectively random encounters when you aren't prepped for it, and to lose a Pokemon like that just because the game didn't load the nimble in time, or it was too small, or whatever, and it happened to be like level 50 or so. Or you happen to try to run away like a few times, and it's not exactly the focus of the game that I care about, because the challenge that I like is the strategies to come up with as far as taking down the gyms. When it comes to Titans, there's not a ton of strategy, and it's kind of weird because the fights are almost front-loaded, right? Because the second part, you're depending on RNG as far as Arven's concerned. So that's not as fun to focus on challenge runs. I thought about doing a Team Star focused challenge run, because those battles are pretty difficult. Where you are, especially if you ban setup moves, you have to work in some pretty tight strategies, especially towards the end. Apologies for that. Okay. I'm not a huge fan of this gym test. It's not exactly fun. I think what would be sick is if they had somebody from either the Mario Party games come work on the gym tests, or like just blatant steal some ideas from Mario Party as far as like fun mini games are concerned. Because Mario Party has plenty of good ones that you could steal mechanically, and you could theme it all the same. Now, I believe what determines if it's a Sunflora that you need to battle is if they run. Oh, are they sleeping because it's nighttime? I didn't know this. Interesting. So, like, are these guaranteed not to run now? I believe there's TMs up here. I know for sure there's one. No, I'm wrong. That's the sun. Huh, yeah, I didn't know this. I didn't know that the Sunflora lay dormant at night, but it makes sense, and it's kind of a clever detail. One of the, this game is so weird, because there's a lot of things where it's like, oh, that's a neat detail that you're in, right? But the main, like, gameplay of it all. I know some people like don't notice Poison Tail. I don't think any of my Pokemon that I currently have learn tail moves, but that could be really handy, especially if Shroodle can learn it. Oh. Oh, I found my 10. So I just need to turn it. Can I access the bag right now? Poison Tail. Anybody? Nope. That would be nice. The other thing with my encounters, I am kind of spacing them out. One of the things to note with the Tera Raid battles is, like, right now, a majority of my Tera Raid battles are going to be 1 star, which has a pool of about 57 Pokemon. 2 stars going to have a pool of 57 other Pokemon, but they'll be kind of, it'll be a different pool of 57. And then the 3 star it has like a huge pool of 75 Pokemon. And what you'll notice is there's like some Pokemon, like the new fish that gets the fish fillet move, that won't appear until like 4 stars. And 4 stars is like the highest tier before you take on the Pokemon League and everything. Now, I did take on 6 of my 19 encounters. One strat might have been to hold off on some of those. But I really wanted to make sure I had a full team of 6 just to guarantee, or not guarantee, but give myself better odds of these early gyms. I think everyone's healed up. I do think I want Sure to lead. And this may... Yeah, I'm out of orange berries, which is fine. Is there anything we want to do? I want to give the Quick Claw to Pokemon. Who would benefit? Who would benefit from the off chance that they get that tiny little Quick Claw proc? Too slow. 34, 19, 15. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Okay, so it would be Saltberry here. Hopefully I don't have to use them. My strategy here is Raphael gets as deep as he can, and then we switch to it might be difficult to safely switch to Excalibur. Hopefully Shirtle Raphael here can just sweep. I don't think I have access to any item. Well, okay, so I should check that. I should do my due diligence here. And if you're planning on running this game, I heavily recommend that to check the shops and make sure that you know what you have access to, because how early you can get very useful battle items in this game is ridiculous. Just the sheer number of items that you can have access to, like from the beginning of the game, like the EV training bracelets from the Delibird shop. It's kind of why I self-imposed that EV rule, because if you EV train your Pokemon, especially in speed, they're at less risk, but then also because the gym leaders only have one Pokemon that's EV trained and it's only EV trained in HP, Pokemon are probably surviving simply because they'll outspeed and typically just be able to one-hit KO if they're EV trained into the damage, and then your Pokemon kind of end up unifying or fulfilling the same purpose. It's just like, who can I pick to single-handedly sweep for this gym? Poison anything? So, Muscle Band, that's 10% boost versus the Oron Berry. I think I do need this. I think that will... I don't calc my runs either, so I'm not Not that I have anything against it. It's probably a good idea too, just to get like better feels for just to get oh, messed up that menu entirely. Just to get better feels for how much HP Pokemon actually end up losing. But I don't, because I don't really like spending a ton of time in it, even though I see the value in that too, like where you can treat Pokemon like a puzzle game, and then you can by treating it like a puzzle game, you see if your strategy like executes, within the percentage of success that you've calculated. I really just want more concise streams, and I don't want to do like pre-calcs and everything and all that, and I may get punished for that. Hopefully, because I know the trick with this gym, I kind of know what to expect with the ace. I'm hoping that I won't have too much trouble here. The gym that I really fear is the third gym. The third gym I can see just weeding a whole bunch of people out. But this gym, usually, if you know what's coming, it's not as bad to deal with. I'm ready to face this guy. I think I got everything. Hopefully, I can OHKO or 2-hit KO mostly everything. And then the Sudowoodo will probably end up being like a 3, which I may... What I might do, and I don't know if I'd be able to guarantee it, because I feel like he always uses Trailblazer to increase its speed until it's faster. So if I need to, because Shroodle's pretty fast, I might be able to anticipate another Trailblaze. And hopefully the AI doesn't use the rock move. Because if I could switch into Excalibur freely and then Terrastalize it on the very next turn and get the Will-O-Wisp off, probably survive a hit. Let's see how far Shroodle can get for us first. Yeah, okay, so this is gonna be 2-hit. Okay. Missed the sleep powder. That's good. There may have been an argument for, like, Pesto Berry, but I feel like the additional attack may make some of these from, like, 3-hit KOs to 2-hit KOs. Now remember, I'm emulating set mode, so I'm not going to be using the free switches. Pretty sad that they removed that, because it's either they did it by accident, or it's a pretty tone-deaf decision. Okay, so I got 10 damage, and hopefully we don't get one shot by the Truly-Wudo. From what I recall, the freaking Truly-Wudo does insane damage on top of getting that speed boost. And I don't even know, I don't remember the ability on it. I want to say it's like, it might be like sturdy, but it doesn't really matter because they have the HP EVs. Like if you're at level, it's kind of tricky unless you, like I said, go around the world and collect all the best TMs, which I didn't. The only one that I got is the one that I remembered, which is Flamethrower, which is pretty solid on the Charcadet, is for now at least, while its special attack is higher. poisoned? Okay, how much damage do I take from this grass move? It's going to use Trailblaze until it's faster. Okay. So from 35 to 20. Read that right? Yeah, 35 to 20. I'm kind of hoping that this Poison Fang also, or poisons. Okay, that's unfortunate. I should have kind of rock throw. I didn't, because he wasn't faster, so I thought he was going to Trailblaze again. This does at least give the safe switch to Excalibur. I can Terastallize Fairy, because he's not going to Trailblaze like Excalibur. He's going to rock throw, and it's going to hurt. But if I can get the Will-O-Wisp off, then there's an argument for maybe like Shroomish. Just wondering if there's a way. Really didn't anticipate the rock throw. Okay. So Terastallize here, Will-O-Wisp, because I don't think I'm just one-shotting with Flamethrower. I don't really know my Sudowoodo matchup enough. Maybe it has low special defense. I just remember this thing being bulky on my like first casual playthrough. So hopefully Magical Girl. Cadet. Ooh, that was 40 or 25. Okay, so we did get the burn. I'm not going to risk Charcadet. I am just going to do the switch. What are your defenses like? Okay, so your defense is 27. Turtles was like 20. Charcadets is like 20. Pretty bulky. And maybe get the effect spore off. I think the... I'm forgetting something. I'm pretty sure Mephisto's just the switch. I guess I should have switched on... Should have tried to do a pivot from Shirtle anyways, because there was always the chance of the crit. The crit would have killed. But at least now we put Groomish in a really good position, especially with the pounce and the burn. Like that Will-O-Wisp came in clutch twice for both aces. It won't help for the third, because they're special oriented. Go ahead, update. Deaths here. Yeah, and we're still pretty healthy, and I believe I have the berry anyway, so they would just finish it. How am I faster though? Is Sudowoodo really that slow? I thought he did several of the speed boosts. Alright. Well, that was pretty unfortunate to lose him there. Alright. Well, I do have a bit of time left in the stream where I can kind of show you all my process too. Because I'm probably going to need another encounter before Iono. So I'll go ahead and do one of the areas. Probably a pretty meaty one. Whatever meaty one I can find. I'll do the rest in between streams. Because I I personally find this fun. Like I said, it's kind of like a draft if you've ever done that before, where you're trying to build a more cohesive team, or a more synergistic team. But the so you get to see a lot more Pokemon, but you get less, so you have to build a more synergistic strategy. Still trying to figure out what I could have done as far as Strudel was concerned, because it would have had to been a pivot from Strudel. What, anticipate the rock throw, switch into Salt Fairy, then go from Salt Fairy, get the guaranteed grass on Charcadet, and then switch. But I don't know, even with the Trailblaze, you know, even with the fire resistance to grass, it's possible Charcadet could have took 20, which means that the next turn it wouldn't have survived, even when turn Fairy the rock type attack. Okay, so far all I've done is the South Province areas. Since the next area to tackle is Iona, and I want to say that the East Province area 2 is this section. Basically anything that is in these two land masses here. That means I could get a pretty decent pick from area 1, because I have a normal, a fairy, a fighting, and a ghost normal and fire. So that's a 6 pick. So I can get a pretty good Pokemon. We'll see. Another thing that I do is I try to pay attention to what the areas say. So like leaving here, I kind of want to stop by here and get this as destination. Leaving here, it's like East Province Area 1. So I think I am gonna do all the EP ones. Boop. And I might get. Let me just focus station in peace. Okay, cool. So we'll go check these out. Like I said, I didn't do the first Titan yet, so I don't have the speed boost, because I really would rather not risk losing a Pokemon. I think I do have plenty of Pokemon that can do it easily. I just didn't want to lose one before. Okay, so we have Ghost Combi, 1 star. I have to take care of I have to beat the 3rd gym in order to get the access to the 3-star raids. So I go around and I take notes. So I'm noting here that I have the Ghost Combi. Once again, you have that. Combi's such a bad pick, at least in my eyes, because you only have a 1 out of 8 chance of being able to evolve the Combi, and unless you're gonna like rock Eviolite Combi, or Eviolite male Combi, I don't really think you're doing much with that encounter. Now, I've gotten an unfortunate amount of Combis this run, because as far as I'm aware, the 57 different encounters are all evenly distributed, and I think I even have a 20% chance to get a 2-star raid as well. And now, I mean, 2-star raids are kind of nice right now, because if I do get a 2-star raid, okay, so normal Azu, not a bad idea, because what's the baby version of called? A 0. It's just normal Azurill. Yeah, one of the thoughts is that the 2-star raids kind of have like a better selection of Mons as far as the zone's concerned. Get back up. No, I don't. Back up. I can just jump up the side. Don't have the water yet, though. Actually gonna let me? Oh, and there's a team over here. So this is actually a good thing. I didn't even see what that was. Okay, and this is beach. Oh no. Oh, okay, good. I was about to say, if I have to like slowly go all the way over here, that would have been agony. So yeah, the whole 2-star raids kind of give a better selection of what I'm looking for right now. Oh, is that a nimble? I believe that's nimble. So that's a fire nimble. Not bad. I don't think nimble has any inherent moves that can take advantage of the fire terrestrialization. But nimble in general, I think can do pretty well against a couple of the late game encounters whenever it involves the low kicks. So you kind of notice that. Oh really? I thought I could have swore I swung by that Pokemon Center. Do I actually have to talk to them in order to get it? That's unfortunate. Well, luckily I nabbed this tower before. And I could just start heading north. Yeah, low kicks, from what I remember, a pretty solid pick. Like having I think fighting Pokemon. I want to say fighting Pokemon are pretty good. And Dark. Dark is really good for this game in particular. At least in my eyes. There's total. Is there not a way up there from here? I have to go around the Team Star base? Or is there some, like... Yeah, let's do, like, a steep. Alright, I'm ready for this. What level are you? Oh, in it? Okay. The new plan. Fly here. The other thing that you could do as an alternate, like if you don't like the draft style, like you don't want to sit here and go through this process, is you give yourself like the 30 or so encounters from the caves and everything, but you just kind of call your shot. So like you can influence the Tera type by picking it on the map, but since you don't really know what the Tera type or the Pokemon is going to be, basically by picking the saying like, okay, well this one on the map I'm going to go to and it's going to represent this cave, right, or this location, and then making sure that you write that down, because it doesn't say in the menu and you kind of need to keep track of that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and heal here, make sure that it actually records this Pokemon Center. You can do that and you can get about 30 encounters, and kind of that, what I mentioned is the classic Nuzlocke way. I want to say there's about 30. You'll also notice that I'm not using like a starter, and that's intentional on my end. You could totally do the same thing and, actually use your starter. The thing that I like... I am going to have to run a freaking cutscene. Oh. See there. The thing that I like about the Tera is that you get the unique Tera types. You don't get a Tera type that just matches the Pokemon, to where you just kind of double down on whatever your super, stab Tera type is. And oh, did we dodge it? I think we dodged it. And I believe I'm still in the Area 1. And as long as that doesn't change as I'm heading this way, you're really gonna do that? should be able to just hop across here. Oh! Did I at least scramble on the other side? Okay. There's like the... It's right there. There's gotta be a spot where I can just hop across, right? I need the cloth to do it. I should. Okay, there we go. So, this is area 2 again, and then whenever I cross this bridge, hopefully it's area 1 again. Activate this just to select this waypoint. Now up across here. Okay, so back to area 1. These do count. Which is good. It's like a mini base thing? Are you... This would be too steep as well. Maybe not this though. Okay. As I was saying, so this is all still considered area 1, which is great. Okay. 2-star outdoor fairy. I already have kind of like a lot of fairy terras. Houndour isn't bad itself because it's got that nice dark typing. And I think it gets the fangs, which you get access to the fangs. Fang moves pretty early on. And they're all pretty handy in that regard. They're decently strong base power moves. I don't remember what ability Houndour gets. I don't remember if it gets like the strong jaw or whatever. Probably not, would be my guess. But the dark type alone means that it's not a bad pick. Oh. This may be the pick. It's actually kind of bad until before the Elite Four. But believe me when I say that Tandem Mouse, or more specifically Mousehold, can solo the Elite Four with Population Bomb alone and the loaded dice or the flinching rock. There's a lot of different strategies where you can do it, especially if you have the normal terrestrialization like this. The issue is that you do pretty much have to wait until the end to get the Population Bomb. Because they don't get it until like level 50 something. Pretty much just before Elite 4. If we need to have that access. Then we get a fighting type Tera this way. In terms of like rare Tera types though, it's not. It's funny because that would just be what Tera type Tandem Mouse is just by default. Okay, well, this is just Knackle, and I already have a Knackle, so this probably ain't it. Although, you know, 2 Garganackles, like an insane tank. I do think the pick here is maybe Normal Azurill. It opens up some strategies such as like if it has huge power. But there's okay, so Nimble and Houndour are solid picks because they both have the dark type. I would kind of want to pick Nimble over Houndour. Houndour, like most dog Pokemon, might get play rough. But in this case, like, if it happens to be huge power Azurill, it may be able to get even stuff like Giga Impact and be able to get like a stab normal, like all out, just I need to finish this kind of move. Maybe that's enough to get past like some of these bulkier ace Pokemon. Yeah. Okay. I think the point. Okay, so what do I currently have? Oh, and I need to make sure that I yeah, start right here. Yeah, I believe it was Strudel. Everyone else lived. Yeah, water type that's not Wiglet would be kind of useful. I have what, 2 grass types, a rock type, a fire type, 1 water type. Actually, it may be nimble because I do have Wiglet as a water type, even though it's kind of weak. But huge power Azurill, if it's huge power. Not that it's a terrible Pokemon if it doesn't happen to be huge power. Like, it's still a solid Pokemon, but... Alright, final answer, Fire Nimble. I think I just want to kind of play around with Nimble more. Like, there's plenty of other games where you can end up using... where you end up using Azurill. Just because, you know, Meryl's in so many of the games, and there's so many games where it has the huge power. I want to say it was like Gen 6 onwards is when the whole Meryl line becomes ridiculously good. And like, you know, Azurill's already a popular choice in like Tera raid battles for the 6 and 7 stars and all that. Like, it may not be the correct choice, but I think I'm going to go with the Nimble here. I think it actually gives my team a bit more coverage. And Azurill isn't immediately helpful. Granted, nothing really is. What I really need is a ground type. But ground type wasn't really an option in my picks. So I may outside of the stream need to do another area as well, take another area encounter, even though I really want to save some more for after this gym. Iono is a run ender. Mostly because her ace is quite an issue. You need to... It has no weaknesses, so... Main thing, that could be risky. The main thing to like keep in mind with it is that you're not just going to be able to strike down power through. It has obnoxious has an obnoxious move to deal with that it likes to spam, and then it also has like, you know, electric ghost as far as coverage is concerned. So okay, so fire type, and gonna be using bug and fighting moves. Fighting might suck better. Although, maybe it doesn't have the fighting move. How I've been handling these encounters, honestly, I don't really... So I don't count raid deaths, but I do count it as a failed encounter if I'm unable to complete the Tera raid. Also, shout out for this music. This music is like really solid. The unfortunate thing about this game is the gym battle themes are at best, but all the other like boss themes uh, and like fun battle themes, they're really good. I want to say some of the better songs in the series. Um, okay, so SmackDown, SmackDown. Oh, it's also worth noting that by the next gym challenge, whenever I come back online to stream and everything, I will have the Charcadet EV trained and hopefully evolved. I'm gonna go ahead and do the side quest to get the evolve item for him. I think it's Guy. I don't remember. I should know that. Catch. One thing that you may or may not know is that these are 100% chance. So use whatever ball you want. You can really bling out your team. Or, you know, I guess mark Pokemon for... No, I mean, pretty much just bling it. There's really no other point. Style over everything else. Okay. Nimble's a fine addition. I think I want to say Nimble also evolves pretty early. So, Flaming Nimble. What can I call you? I'm pretty unoriginal with the names. I kind of like Nimble though. I think that's it for the stream tonight, though. Unfortunately, I did lose a Pokemon. It could have been a lot worse. I think whenever I was first trying to Nuzlocke, this game with kind of whenever I was trying to kind of figure out what the rules would be or the best approach to it, kind of like I lost half my team, I want to say, to the truly Wudo, because I just wasn't prepared for it. You know, you go into the grass gym thinking, well, I'm gonna take care of this, right? And then it turns out that they have a stab rock which covers a surprising amount of grass weaknesses. Like you would have to be using a poison type Pokemon to not get hit by super effective damage from rock. I digress. Yeah, that's the stream for tonight. I don't know when I'll stream next, but this is mostly just for me to be able to kind of record and give a little insight to kind of this weird format that I came up with based on what I've seen work and not working in other Nuzlockes, and trying to figure out like kind of what's fun for myself as well. So next time I'll have another little graphic for my picks and options and what I ended up going with. And we'll start off with Iono, and I might have the booster bike too. We'll see. But that's an easy enough fight. All right, catch y'all next time.